Hey there everybody, Milk Knight here. Well, welcome back to Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. Last time we did the Hanzo Academy. This time we're going to be going through the game with the Hebijo Clandestine Girls Academy. Basically the evil ninja school. So, without further ado, let's dive right on in and get to it. So yeah, we're going to be going through the here. Right, we have to do the first mission, of course, as always. I'll read the text out like I usually do, and hopefully this time not butcher it as much as I did the first time around. Narration text, of course, I mean.
日陰、何をしている？あ、鈴音先生。ちゃう、サボってるわけやない。もう今日の修行ノルマは全部終わらせたんや。甘い。は？甘すぎる。ヘビ所ではノルマが終わってからが本番。日陰、己に厳しくあれ。きっついの、鈴音先生は。当然。 私の辞書に情けと容赦の文字はない。おお、怖っ。でも、まあ、それぐらい厳しくされた方がええかもな。その息やよし。ならばデク人形との実戦形式で己を磨くがいい。ただし、油断をすれば怪我では済まんぞ。そのぐらい緊張感があった方がええわ。
I'll be using the same character as last time, pretty much. Since, you know, they're leveled up a bunch. My customized Yumi. Yes, tutorial, even though we've done this. Yes, heavy and light attacks. She's way too OP to even knock anything into the air at this point. Oh boy, guard and parry, the one skill that I barely used. I know it's a guard, but parrying is a pain. I'll just mash for the parry. Nope, you have to time it. I'm terrible at the timing. There we go. The one skill I never use. Oh, there's burst mode, I use that, obviously.
ざっとこんなもんや。うん、上出来だ。では次だ。は？まだやるんか？当然だ。お前が倒れるまで付き合ってやる。はあ。次は水遁の術の訓練だ。今から300時間水中で過ごしてもらう。 ずっと水中？
もちろん。
風呂やトイレは？
水中で全部済ませろ。
やっぱり蛇女の修行は厳しいの。
GG。
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
これは1年前の出来事。
ん？
Oh yo man。
あれは選抜クラスの新入生か？なんやあの子、花壇の花を全部抜いとるで。おいあんた、何してるんや？
ストップです。ここは立ち入り禁止にしました。
立ち入り禁止って。花壇で何してるん？
何って家庭菜園を作っているんですよ。
家庭菜園？
綺麗なだけのお花は抜き取って実用的なお野菜を植えているんです。そうすればお昼ご飯にも困りませんから。
Very forward thinking。
ずいぶんと無茶しよるな。
私、お腹の虫を収めるためなら何でもいたします。
可愛い顔してずいぶんとたくましいんやね。
花より団子よりもやしですわ。
ようわからんけど、もやしよりは団子やろ。
そんなことありません。
いや、
もや
それで
しこそが思考、もやしこそが究極ですわ。
そっか、そうなのか。ようわからんけど。
あ、申し遅れました。私、選抜クラス1年のヨミと申します。
2年の日陰や。よろしゅうな。
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。では早速、もやしの素晴らしさについて語り合うことにしましょう。
I'm all for the bean sprout
わし
talk。
はもやしの話
Yomi's bean sprout energy there。
そもそももやしというのは煮てよし焼いてよし炒めてよしの三拍子揃った。
人の話をまるで聞いとらん。はあ、また変わった後輩が入ってきたもんやね。
Another weirdo in the class。lol。
日陰さん、何しているのですか？
ん？ヨミさんか。見てわからんか？日向ぼっこや。
日向ぼっこって日陰にいるじゃないですか。そこ全然日が当たっておりませんよ。
わしにとってはこのぐらいの薄暗さの方が居心地ええんや。
ほんと蛇みたいなお人ですね。
で、ヨミさんどうしたん？なんか用やろか。
日陰さん、今からお昼ご飯をかけて勝負しませんか？
勝負？
Wager lunch on a
別
match。
にいいけど、なんでお昼ご飯なんや？
なんでって。
なんでお昼ご飯かけるん？なあ、なんでや？
それは。
なんでや？ヨミさんなんでや？
もう少しは察してください。
察するとはまた難しいのう。わしには感情がないんやから。
じゃあ正直に言います。私もう3日もお昼を抜いているんです。今月はちょっとお金がピンチで。
花壇の家庭菜園はどうしたん？
カラスさんが全部食べてしまいました。
Need a scarecrow。
そっか、そういうことならええよ。お昼をかけて勝負しようか。
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。ユミ、舞い順じます。いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。新婚ですか？あ 今日のもやしたちはスーパーいかがでしょうか。甘く見ていました。やめなさい、そこですか。力がみなぎ逃がしません。打たせていただきます。力が全力で参ります。砕け散りなさい。
Good thing I dodged it.
させません。これが私の正義です。悔しいですわ。決着。
These rounds are probably going to go pretty fast, to be fair.
私が
Especially with how powerful Yumi is now, really. She's like at level 37, so... I'm definitely going to be going through this game, well, this side of the game faster probably than the Hanzo.
負けました。お腹が空いて力が出ませんでした。
ほな、お昼を食いに行こうか。何でも好きなもん頼んでええよ。買った方がお昼をおごるんやろ。
日陰さん、なんていい人なんでしょう。
ユミさんはなんで泣いてるんや。わしにはようわからんな。ほんま、感情ってのは不思議なもんや。
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
同じく1年前の出来事。
ヘビ女の上級生は大したことはないな。私に挑んでくるなら死ぬ気でかかってこい。
あらあら、入学早々に上級生をやっつけちゃったの？噂通りのじゃじゃ馬ね、穂村ちゃん。
お前も私と戦いたいのか？いいだろう、相手をしてやる。ちょうど物足りなかったところだ。
血気盛んでいいわね。でもヘビ女では生徒同士の支援による戦いはご法度よ。
この学校では喧嘩もできないのか。とんだ腰抜けの集まりだな。
あらら、勘違いしないで。支援の喧嘩はご法度。でも自主トレっていう名目の戦いはお咎めなし。どっちかが死んじゃっても問題なしよ。自主トレでの事故ってことで処理してくれるから。
面白い。それじゃあ早速自主トレだ。お前を相手にしてな。
いやよ、私はお断り。私の自主トレはお人形作りって決まってるの。もっとも穂村ちゃんが私のお人形になるっていうのなら話は違うけどね。
人形だと？ふざけるな。
それじゃ自主トレもなし。まあそんな抜き身の刀みたいにならないで。
Haru could be in a big
仲良くやりま
tease.
しょうよ。仲良く。
あれが選抜クラスの遥か。食えない女だ。遥かか。あんな奴がいるのならここも意外と楽しめそうだ。視線を感じる。誰だ？
そんなおっかない顔しないで。私よ、穂村ちゃん。
遥かか。
聞いたわよ。上級生相手に暴れ回ってるらしいわね。
私からは仕掛けていない。あっちが勝手に襲ってくるだけだ。
選抜クラスって誰かが抜ければ一般生徒から補充されるの。みんな選抜クラスに入りたいから、ホムラちゃんみたいな新入生って狙われやすいのよね。
やれやれ、生徒同士の支援による争いはご法度じゃなかったのか？
選抜クラスに入りたいっていうのは支援じゃなくて向上心だから。
物は言いようだな。
あら、噂をすればってやつね。向上心あふれる上級生たちがやってきたわよ。
やれやれ、身にかかる火の粉は払うしかないな。
Hooray, generic enemies.
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。はい、撃たせて、そこですか。はい、いてつけ、いてつけ、ねぶ、はい、はい、や、はい、そこですか。はい、いてつけ、眠りなさい。はい、力をみなぎる。撃たせていただきます。はっ、眠りなさい。そこですか。はい、撃たせていただきます。はい、いてつけ、そこですか。はい、眠りな力がみなぎる。はい、眠りなさい。そこですか。はい、撃たせていただきます。はい、仕留めます。はい、撃たせて、そこですか。はい、撃たせ、
There we go. Pretty fast stage.
任務達成。眠りなさい。任務完了です。
これで全部だな。
驚いた。しかし強いわね。本当に1年生なの？
ようやく分かってきたぞ。この学校は自分以外は敵なんだな。
敵ってのとはちょっと違うかな。
違う？
ヘビ女の生徒はね、慣れ合わない仲間なの。
仲間？
そう、慣れ合わないから戦うこともある。でも仲間は仲間。
なるほど。殺し合うこともできる仲間か。それもまたいいものだな。
なんかまだちょっと分かってないみたいだけど、まあいいわ。次の1年生が入ってくるまでに私が十分に教育してあげる。最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。そこ、気合が足らない。
はるか、下級生たちの指導か？
そうなんだけど、最近の子はダメね。いつまでも甘えが残っていて厳しい訓練を避けるのよ。ホムラちゃんみたいに殺気とやる気をバカみたいに持ってる子っていないのよね。ほんとすごいわよ、ホムラちゃんは。バカみたいに持ってるわよね。
はるか、私のことをバカにしてないか？
あ、そうだ、いいこと思いついちゃった。私の忍術でみんなを操っちゃえばいいのよ。それで強制的に厳しい訓練をさせるの。
そんなにうまくいくとは思えないが。
まあ見てなさいって。忍法誘惑の術。
うまく術がかかったようだな。
さあ、それじゃ始めるわよ。みんな私にかかってらっしゃい。
Furiously lead the junior students.
新婚の夢に沈めましょう。任務開始。はい、打たせてそこですか。はい、いくしかうなぎいただきます。力がみなぎセンシいてそこですか。セン眠りなセン打たせてそこですか。力がみなぎ弱連戦いてつけそこですか。はっしいてつけしゅ力がみなぎる。はっ任務達成。任務完了です。これでみんなのいい修行になったかしら。
はるか、みんなの様子がおかしいぞ。なんだかはるかにやられて喜んでいるような。もっともっとって言っているぞ。みんな嬉しそうに体をくねくねしてよだれを垂らしているものまでいる
Some
の
of
だ
them
が
are drawing. That's hilarious.
誘惑の術が効きすぎたみたいね。
はるか、責任を取って最後まで相手をしてやれよ。
はあ、そうね。仕方ないわ。頑張ろうかしら。最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
Today, here we go. I've actually got to narrate now. The great castle gate slowly stirs. Like an ogre's maw, it opens. My legs shake a little. Even though it's already been a month since I enrolled, I still get nervous standing here. I can see the castle's interior through the open gate. Once I finished basic training, it made me an elite. From today on, I'll train to become a true shinobi right here in this school. Can I really do it? Can I become a shinobi? Stop it, I tell myself. I have no time for self-doubt. I slap my cheeks to snap myself out of it.
私ならやれる。やれるんだ。
My name is Mirai. I'm a first year at Hibijo Clandestine Girls Academy, and this is where I'll be reborn. As I give myself a pep talk, a spring breeze caresses my cheek. Which is a pretty lame opening for the legend of an evil shinobi, I think, with a rueful smile. As I pass through the entrance called the North Gate, I see gravel everywhere. This is a short distance course for running, push-ups, then running, pushing your forehead down on a baseball bat, spinning around, then running, other tests of stamina. It's also where they learn how to hide in the ground, well, gravel. There's no telling where someone might be, so I better watch my step. However, I leave the main building area and the garden and see a long bridge across a beautiful river. This is where they teach the water escape technique. I've heard the last class did it for 100 hours straight. I crossed the bridge and finally reached the castle keep. I've walked all the way around from the north gate. Security-wise, it's a good layout, in that it makes everyone take a long open route. It does really complicate coming and going through. The inside of the keep is even more complicated. Rooms with sliding doors are arranged like a puzzle. Some doors open, some doors won't. The right path changes every day, so we have to constantly keep it in mind. Pick the wrong path 3 times, and you're suspended for that day. Having made my way safely through the puzzle gate, I reach the designated room. It's no different from any other Japanese-style room, but the desks show that it's a classroom. The tanned skin, those piercing eyes. I've heard of this Homura person. She's definitely intimidating. I'm always on edge when I meet new people. Does she want to be enemies with me or allies? Schoolmate or not, a stranger's a stranger. I always have to find out where we stand right off the bat. Maybe she sees how cautious I'm being, because she breaks into a smile.
それでいい。人にすぐ心を開くのは愚か者のすることだ。
What a perfect response from an evil shinobi, I find myself thinking. Just then, this really sexy girl walks in.
あら、このおっぱいの大きな子が新入生?
Sarcasm. I'm not busty at all. Anyone can see they're tiny.
私は3年のはるか。よろしくね。
Haruka. No, this one's an enemy. Anyone who'd mock such an obvious sore subject has to be.
おやおや、なに睨んじゃって。かわいいわね。
She draws close to me and whispers into my ear.
あなた、私の人形になる?
Her voice sends a chill down my spine.
ローで固めて動けなくして、一生私の部屋のマスコットになる?
I don't think she's kidding. She's completely serious. She really wants to turn me into a doll.
嫌です。許してください。
I'm new here. I can't talk back to a senior. I shake my head like my life depends on it.
どうしよっかな。
She resumes breathing in my ear. My body instinctively cringes back.
はるか様と呼びなさい。はるか様?
I stare at her in naked confusion.
そう。私のことははるか様と呼ぶこと。それで許してあげる。
Haruka, I mean Mistress Haruka, gives me a satisfied look and walks away. I don't know why I need her forgiveness, but I guess it's either that or get turned into a doll.
選抜クラスにはあと2人いる。来い、紹介してやる。
At that moment, Homura touches a wall. The wall spins around, revealing a secret elevator. The elevator arrives at the top floor.
ここが選抜メンバーの忍び部屋だ。
With a deft touch, Homura opens the door. Whatever I might have expected from a ninja room, the one in front of me isn't. It could be any modern living room. There's a Western style sofa, a large plasma TV, and a table covered in sweets and various toys. A strange sight greets me as I walk in. A regal-looking girl attempts to stuff bean sprouts into the mouth of a bare midriff girl next to her.
はっきりお聞きします。最近もやしを避けてません?
Force-feeding her bean sprouts. Poor Hokage.
そうや、あんたのご利用しのせいや。
After a short scuffle, one begins chasing the other.
私のせいで神聖なもやしを避けているとおっしゃりたいの?
In all the chaos, they don't notice me at all.
新入生を連れてきたぞ。
the sound of Homura's voice, the two turned to face me.
未来です。よろしく。
The regal-looking girl walks towards me.
ほら、あんなさって。
Her long, beautiful blonde hair sways as she walks.
いいから。はい。
As I open my mouth, she heaps in bean sprouts. A whole lot of them. Like an entire bag's worth.
どう？おいしい？
All I can do is nod.
結構合格ですわ。
That was a test. I don't really get it, but no harm done.
紹介しよう。もやしが読みで、そうでない方が日陰だ。
Not much of an introduction, but easy enough to understand.
よろしゅう。日陰って呼び捨てで呼んでや。
She licks her knife. Miss Hokage, Hokage looks like a wild one.
よろしくお願いします。
And that's my introduction to the elite class. Honestly, I'm shocked. Every single one of them is well stacked, slim-waisted to boot. They all have amazing bodies. How am I going to fit in with measurements like these? No, I'm already thinking the way I used to. I have to become an evil shinobi. There's no other path for me. No time for bullshit. And that's the start of my life as a Hibijo elite. I must have run a million laps around the castle. I don't even know how many times I spun around with that bat pressed to my forehead. I have trouble blending in with the gravel. I'm trying to learn how to think like gravel. 1 week, 2 weeks, a month passes in a flash. And ninja art training is really hard, but I'm getting stronger day by day. So I'm going to keep fighting no matter how hard it gets. Speaking of training difficulties, it's not easy fitting in with my seniors. I keep trying to work with them, but they always treat me like some tag-along kid. At first I wasn't quite sure why they did that. Now I think I know. It's because of my boobs. Hibijo Academy is a boarding school with communal baths. I get self-conscious every time we take one. Yomi's got soft-looking plump boobs. Hikage's got full boobs that jiggle like gelatin. Mistress Haruka's boobs barely fit in her clothes and they tremble like they're afraid of something. Homura's boobs are bouncy-jouncy. Mine, on the other hand, let's just say they're neither bouncy nor jouncy. So yeah, self-conscious.
未来、ぼーっとするな。
Homura's voice snaps me back to reality. I gather my senses and see a group of wooden puppets approaching. Wooden puppets wielding throwing daggers. Great, I got distracted from my teamwork again. A dagger flies straight from my hip, I twist away, and it still grazes me. Not good, not good. No daydreaming while I'm training. I've fallen out of step with the team, but at least no one's gotten more than a scratch. Carelessness in shinobi training can be fatal. It was only a small screw-up, but that's the cold comfort. As I breathe a small sigh of relief, I hear Mistress Haruka chuckle. Her laughter doesn't stop. What the hell is so funny?
未来、クマちゃんパンツが丸見えよ。
I look down to see that my skirt is in tatters and my panties are fully visible. I try to cover it with my hands, which just makes Mistress Haruka laugh harder.
いいじゃない、隠さなくたって。似合ってるわよ、クマちゃんパンツ。お子ちゃまって感じで。
She pokes the picture at the bear.
かわいい。そうですよ。どうせ私はお子ちゃまですよ。
My embarrassment boils over into rage. turn and run, tears in my eyes.
未来どこに行く
I hear Hamura calling after me, but I don't look back. Next thing I know, I'm on a hill on the outskirts of town. Throughout middle school, anytime something bad happened, I'd come here. After some makeshift repairs on my skirt, I scramble up the tallest cedar tree. She really is like a cat. I'm so exhausted. I can't believe I skipped out on train just because they saw the bear on my panties. I'm just not mature enough to coordinate well with the seniors. From up on my vantage point, I stare down at the town I hate so much. I hate the people who live there, people who make fun of me, people who make fun of me, who make me look like a fool. I have to get my revenge. My family are all good shinobi, but I had to choose to be an evil shinobi in order to get that revenge. Good shinobi can only act under orders, but evil shinobi are free to use their power as they see fit. One day when I become a full-fledged evil shinobi, I'll be able to use that power all I please. But if I can't learn to work with the others, they might as well pull me out of the elite class. Then I'd just be another student, and I'd have to work even harder and longer to become a real shinobi.
せめてもっと胸が大きければ。
胸の大きさなんて関係ない
I turn around in surprise. There stands Hamura.
外見が子供っぽいとしてもそれは忍びの強さと何の関係もない
それはそうかもしれませんけど。
I understand what she's getting at. But even if it makes sense in my head, it's not that easy to shake these feelings.
納得できないようだな
She sighs, looking over my clouded face.
ならば私の格好をよく見ろ
Out of nowhere, she starts taking off her uniform. She's wearing pajamas underneath her uniform. Frilly pink pajamas. They're cute, not something I'd imagine she'd wear.
どうだ
She looks at me, her face beet red.
どうだって何がですか。
私だって子供っぽいところはあるだから未来も胸やパンツで恥ずかしがることはない
Her words hit me like a slap in the face. It seems as though she actually cares about me.
その通りです。
Yomi leaps from the next tree.
私だってほら。
She lifts her skirt and shows me her belly. She's wearing a stomach band, like one a dad might wear.
寝る前にはいつもしているんです。お腹を冷やしちゃいけませんからね。
It looks like she cares too, even though it's a little odd.
ほら、これを受け取って。
Something flies from the next tree. I catch it and see it's a negligee with string-thin
ネグリ
panties.
ジェは私からのプレゼント。
Mistress Haruka waves from the tree.
わしのお気に入りのパンツでよければ使っとくれ。
Hikage is there too.
その2つを着ればお子ちゃまも卒業よ。
Mistress Haruka tosses me a wink. My seniors actually care about me. About someone like me. I could almost cry.
未来はっきり言っておく私はお前を子供扱いした覚えはない
Hamura's right. They really haven't been treating me like a kid. I've just been projecting that onto them.
未来私を先輩と呼ぶ必要はない私は同じヘビ女の仲間だ仲間に先輩も後輩もないだろ
She asks me to say her name informally to show that we're both equals. She's so kind, so generous. The kindest, most generous, evil shinobi ever.
さあ呼んでみろ未来
ホムラ
As I say it out loud, the tears really do start to flow.
ホムラ、ありがとう。
I wipe my tears, embarrassed.
敬語も禁止や。わしたちはあくまで対等やからな。
Yomi nods in agreement with Hokage.
でも私はユミお姉ちゃんって呼んでほしいかな。私昔から従順な妹が欲しかったもので。
Sis's words leave me speechless.
そうそう、私の呼び方もはるか様のままでいいから。
Somehow I'm not surprised. I crack a smile at that, and Homura lets out a cheerful laugh. Sis and Mistress Haruka soon join in. Even Hokage, whose mouth barely ever moves, turns her mouth up at the corners. Overwhelmed by this strange sensation of joy, I laugh right along with them. Now all of us are friends together, and I, for the first time, actually am grateful for my little chest and bare panties. Rather wholesome. Wholesome tale of overcoming insecurities.
今日の修行はデク人形を相手に行う。まずは未来、お前からだ。
Oh, against the wooden dolls.
連携などは一切なし。未来が一人で戦うんだ。
私が一人でやれるかな。
蛇女の生徒たちはみんな訳ありだ。何らかの事情があってここにいる。未来、お前もそうだろ。何か成し遂げたいことがあって蛇女に来たんだろ。だったら本能の赴くまま好きなようにやってみろ。それがお前らしい戦いになるはずだ。
私らしい戦い。分かった、やってみる。
Destroy the puppets.
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょ
That
う。
reminds me, I've got to check something on my PS4. Let me just pause a minute. I think I still have notifications turned on from when I was... yeah, I thought so. Sometimes when I'm playing multiplayer, in my spare time, I turn notifs on. I usually turn them off when I'm streaming. I just thought I'd check ahead of time now. My gut instinct was right, so...
任務完了です。
油断するな。まだ一体残っているぞ。未来、大丈夫か。
すごい。
ん？
ホムラの六刀流ってすごいや。
そうか。
なにすごいなら私もスカートの中に刀を6本隠してみようかな。
それはやめておけ。危ないからな。
でも背中のもう一本の太刀は使わないの？
これは使わないんじゃない。使えないんだ。
使えない？
本当の強さを身につけない限り、この刀は鞘から抜くことができないらしい。
私はホムラは十分に強いと思うけど、どうして抜けないんだろう。
きっと私にはまだ何か足りないものがあるからだろうな。
足りないものか。もしかして腰のくびれとか？
未来、修行内容を変更だ。私との真剣を使った一騎打ちにする。
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。なんか秘密が隠されてるはず。ネイやめてください。秘密なんかございません。じゃあどうすれば私も大きくなるの？どうすればと言われましても。毎日欠かさずやっていることとかは？毎日ですか？毎日やっていることといえば修行をいっぱいして、その後にもやしを食べることぐらいですが。
Bean sprout hacks.
じゃあ私も同じことやってみる。
Bounce that chest and do your best. Oh, amazing.
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。そこですか。力がみなぎる。
Yeah, so I've just remembered Yumi has that perk where after so many hits her attack always increases, so that's probably why I'm wrecking everything.
私、小学生の頃から胸が大きかった気がします。それじゃ修行は関係ないことになりますわね。まあそんなにショックを受けずにもやしはご馳走しますからね。評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。いや、あらヨミちゃん、なんでお財布を叩いてるの？いえ、増えないものかと思いまして。増える？ い、歌にありますよね。お財布の中には10円玉が1つ、お財布を叩くと10円玉が2つ。
It's kind of comical.
この曲、そんな歌だったかしら。
いくら叩いても10円玉は増えません。もやしは1袋30円なので10円では買えませんし。
だったらいいバイトがあるんだけど、やってみる？
バイト？
私が実験で使っていたデク人形がイカれちゃって暴れてるのよ。全部壊してくれたらお礼をするわ。
本当ですか？お礼があるのならぜひやらせてください。
Destroy all the puppets again. More puppet destruction.
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。はっはいふっはっ、打たせて、そこですか。ふっはっ、異絶100年戦突破。力がみなぎる。進め。はいはい、異絶剣。その程度で止める気ですか。力がみなぎる。セッション、いてつけセーフ。力がみなぎる。はっふっ、眠りなさい。歌さい。
Jeez, we're level 30, 43.
眠りなさい。そこですか。
I've grown so fast.
任務達成。任務完了です。はるかさん、全部やっつけてきましたよ。
ありがとう。じゃあこれはお礼の1万円。
10,000 yen.
あら、足りなかったかしら。
いえ、私10円は持っていますので20円いただければそれで結構です。
はあ？
私は今日食べるもやしがあればそれで十分なのです。
まあ、ヨミちゃんがそれでいいなら、はい、20円。
はるかさん、ありがとうございます。それではもやしを買ってきますので。ふんふんふん、もやしもやしもやし。
まさに製品ね。
She only wanted the 20.
最高評価をいただき恐悦至極に存じます。
Next mission. If I had to describe myself in 2 words, there'd be cicada husk. A cast off, dried out husk of a cicada. Everything inside me has flown away. My body is empty. There's nothing left. It doesn't make me sad or anything though. I don't even know what that would feel like. Emotions always struck me as a pain in the ass. Just like a cicada only has a week to live after it molts, emotions are just so fleeting. That's how it's always seemed to me. This is Hikage, isn't it, talking, I'm assuming. Yep. I realise Mirai has been calling me for a while now. I tend to space out when I'm having lunch in the ninja room. Hard to say why, but the afternoon sun peeking through the window the way it does always catches my attention. I know a shinobi shouldn't let her guard down like this, but it shouldn't be a big deal in here. I ask while scratching my head. Laugh. Come to think of it, I don't think I ever really have. What would laughter feel like anyway? I can't remember now, but I'm sure, yeah, I think they do try to make her laugh with sketches or something in this. I think it is in this that they do it. And I think they do reference this in Peach Beach Splash at some point as well. I'm sure they do. Mirai has an excited look on her face. It doesn't matter to me, but there's no reason to say no. We're just killing time on our lunch break. She snaps her fingers and a small curtain stage appears in the ninja room. Yeah, it's the sketch or stand-up, I think. A nice trick. Her shinobi powers are starting to come around for a first-year student. Though I'm not sure she's putting those skills to the best use.
Huh?
I'm utterly lost. There's no figuring her out. Why would we want to put on a show? At Mirai's signal, the door to the ninja room swings open. Yomi steps in, rubbing her hands. What's going on? Mirai starts doing the same thing. Mirai and Yomi pair up on the stage. They look like they're some kind of comedy duo. I sit and stare at them blankly. Yomi can't contain herself and bursts into laughter. Mirai looks at me and realizes I'm not laughing. Yomi stares fixedly at my face. My words stun them both. That would just be the same joke with quintet or a sextet. I don't see where the humor is supposed to be. I hear Haruka's voice from the hallway. Haruka dashes into the room, pushing a TV stand. Oh god, is like Haruka gonna do prop comedy? She turns on the power and presses play. The screen shows Mirai in bed. She's sound asleep and breathing evenly. Clearly this was taken without permission. Yeah, obviously. I think it would be, wouldn't it? Mirai panics at seeing herself on the screen. Haruka's voice keeps Mirai in check. That's when the Mirai on screen starts talking in her sleep. Haruka and Yomi explode into laughter, while Mirai turns red with fury. All three of them are shaking, either with laughter or anger. But none of that stirs any emotion in me. I'm like a boat in still water. Haruka sees my unchanged expression and grows impatient. Something a bit more risque. This is going to be interesting. Haruka's just about to show the next video when the TV explodes. Mirai has a rifle leveled, its barrel smoking. It looks like the curtain has come down Haruka's act. Next thing I know, Homura is standing on stage. With a focused expression, she forms a seal with both hands. She looks unusually enthusiastic about this. She drops into a crouch, her burning eyes open. And then, just with as much enthusiasm, where's the music gone? She flashes the peace sign at me with both hands. I get it. The peace signs are supposed to be the crab's pincers and the swords are the legs. But sorry to say, all I can think of is so. Ironically, Hokage's expression is more amusing, really, at this point now. Although I'm not gonna lie, Haruka's little footage thing kind of had me laughing. I had to compose myself for a minute. In the deafening silence, Homura turns a bright red. Kind of like a boiled crab, actually. She sidesteps off the stage. Right as I say it, Homura's shoulders droop. Her dejection fascinates me. At my question, they all look blankly at each other. I stare at her blankly. Homura seems proud about that. They start talking about making me laugh again. They're already trying to think up more new methods. I let out a long sigh. These people have too much spare time. Who cares about me smiling? But the way their faces light up when they talk about making me laugh, I guess that's what it looks like to smile. I don't have any emotions to speak of, but I have to admit it looks nice. Looking at it makes me feel warm inside. This isn't a bad feeling. In fact, it's physically pleasant. I think that's it. I feel at peace when I'm with everyone. I don't think it's just because I'm relaxing here in the ninja room with a nice lunch next to me. Hold up. Maybe peace is an emotion, could it be? If it is, maybe I do still have some emotions after all. Maybe it's hard for me to understand. Still, if everyone wants to see me smile that much, maybe it'd be nice to show them someday. And when that happens, I bet their smiles will get even brighter. Homura's voice rings out across the ninja room. She takes it to the stage again, standing straight and ready. She stands at attention with 3 swords in each hand. She then leans backward. Her entire body trembles. The room goes silent as if it just froze over. Even I can feel it, and I don't really feel. Her joke is a failure. A spectacular one. Without breaking her shrimp posture, she slinks off the stage. Should have been a visual for the shrimp pose, actually. That would have been kind of cool.
Yomi-sanか。下級生を連れてどうしたん？日陰さんがどうしたら感情を取り戻せるか、私なりにいろいろと考えてみたのです。ほう。そして出た結論は、笑わせるのが難しいのなら怒らせればいいのです。それはまあ道理やな。ええ、怒りも立派な感情ですから。それでその下級生っちゅうわけか。その通りです。お願いします、下級生の皆さん。 日陰さんを怒らせてください。ここまでヨミが気使ってくれたんやから、わしも怒れるといいんやけどな。
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。やっ
There we go. One of those generic enemy stages again. Come on, man. Have us go against some of the cast members already. We've already had 1 or 2 battles, but like the generic enemy stages are just kind of they feel like padding in the worst way sometimes. Meanwhile, Estival Versus has like lots of stages where you're facing like a good bunch of cast members anyway. But then again, Estival Versus has a lot of characters in it anyway, so they can get away with like having more like battles in there and stuff. There's a lot of filler in Estival Versus as well. It's fun though.
そうやな。ちょっと怒ったわ。え？でも表情はいつもと変わりありませんが。わしの眉間にシワ寄ってるじゃろ。それに鼻もピクピクしとる気がする。本当に怒ったんですか？いやー、怒ったよ。わし怒ったな。こないに怒ったの久しぶりやね。嘘です。バレバレです。ありゃ、ヨミさんが怒ってしまったか。これじゃあべこべやね。あはははは。もう、
She actually
そんな
laughed.
真顔で笑った
Or
ふりは
fake
しない
laughed, I
でくだ
guess.
さい。
Her fake laughing is even more ironic. Hikagi's like a good lampshade character to most shenanigans, really.
強越至極に存じます。
Her lack of emotions to things just makes things more ironically funny at times, even unintentionally. I think that's kind of what they were going for. At least that's the way it feels. Oh, Mirai, what's she doing?
未来、どうしたの？パソコン眺めてニヤニヤして。はるか様、今ヘビジョの悪人 BBS を読んでたの。あら、うちの生徒が書き込めるネット掲示板ね。私、面と向かって人と話すの苦手だから、こうやってネットで友達になれそうな人を探してるの。ネットならそんなに緊張しないし、ヘビジョにも結構同じ趣味の人がいるんだ。友達になってくれる人がたくさんできるといいな。なるほどなるほど。それじゃ私も一肌脱いじゃおっかな。パソコンちょっと貸してね。はるか様？これでよし。
What is she up to?
何を書き込んだの？今すぐ勝負するやつはいないか。この腰抜けども、私の首を刈ってみろって書き込んだわ。 もう遠くの方から声が聞こえるわよ。未来ちゃんって。ちょっと待ってよ、みんな目が血走ってるじゃない。これで友達いっぱいできるわね。よかったよかった。
Oh dear. That was so unnecessarily cruel. She's like, have fun making new friends. Haruka's so problematic. I love it.
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。
Well, another generic enemy stage.
任務完了です。
あら、ダメじゃない未来。お友達候補を全員やっつけちゃうなんて。私の首を借りに来るお友達なんていらないよ。あらそう。ごめんね未来。インターネットって怖いのね。私ははるか様の方が怖いよ。
最高評価をいただき、強烈至極に存じます。
A dry breeze blows through the shop district. I walk through the crowd in between the passers-by, and I see them out for blood. It's their faces that stand out. I can tell, and I can sense their skill, but I will not be defeated. I'm Yomi, second-year Hibijo student, and this is a fight I must win. My hand clenches the flyer I brought. Written on it in large red letters is the following: Second Annual Ultimate Eating Championship. I picked the flyer up yesterday. At the time I had only a single yen to my name. 1 yen will not buy bean sprouts, however affordable they may be, so I was almost delirious with hunger. I considered eating wild herbs, but those are best left for others. The idea of me eating them was simply out of the question. Normally I would go to the supermarket and partake of all the free samples they give out. That's pro strats right there. But as they figured out that the free samples were my dinner, I'm now on the list of dangerous people. Oh, that's brilliant. Lately they've been putting away the samples as soon as they see my face. That's the thing with Yomi, she should have like come in with different disguises. That's my favourite expression. By keeping your head low and looking at the ground, you might actually find the money you need. That's exactly what I've been doing when I discovered this flyer. The grand prize for this tournament is all the food in the shops district that has just passed its expiration date. What an oddly specific prize. Just past its expiration date. What a luxury that would be. Unless it's rotten, a meal is a meal. Just being able to eat my fill would be a spectacular prize. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with like something that's like maybe a couple of days past its sell-by at the very most, or expiration, I suppose. It's really weird over here. We have two types of expirations. It's like you have sell-by and then use-by. And with sell-by, you can get away with it for a few days, I think. And use-by is like, you've got to use it within that time period. If it's like a day over or whatever, then you're gonna get sick, basically. With an gnawing sense of obligation, I'd sign myself up. The chairman of the shop's district steps up onto the stage they've set up for the occasion. There are 8 contestants, including myself. The chairman explains the rules to us. The competition is finally going to begin. I'm well prepared for this. Since I've been eating so poorly, my stomach has shrunk a fair bit, so I drank a ton of water last night. That's clever. I should have expanded it again. Yeah, because if you don't eat much, your stomach shrinks. So you have to expand your stomach in order to feel full, I guess. To get it to that level of being full again. Aside from myself, there are 2 other girls in the competition. One looks like a heavy eater, while the other one is a beautiful girl who looks out of place here. The chairman introduces each of the contestants. The girl's name is apparently Ikaruga. She has long black hair and a noble presence. Yeah, she's the one with the long katana, if you remember her from the Hanzo Academy. Judging by the quality of her school uniform, it looks like it was tailor-made for her. Beautiful, elegant, high class, with tailor-made clothing. Just thinking about it makes me irritated. The rich deserve only death. Fucking hell, that escalated fast. Pretty fast. Yomi's like channeling some real communist energy right here. That is one of my principles. Once the opening ceremony finishes, I stop the girl and ask her that. She looks flustered and bothered at having to respond. A high-spirited girl interrupts our conversation. She seems to be a friend of the princess. They speak to each other like close friends. They don't even see that I'm radiating burning hatred. Spoiled princesses deserve only death. She's anti-royalty as well. That's another of my principles. But if I cause an uproar in front of all these people, I'd probably cancel the competition. But I hold back my bloodlust for the moment. I start to ask, forcing a smile onto my face. Princess still looks flustered, so Katsuragi takes it upon herself to offer up an answer again. I knew it. How carefree, how typical. Even if the princess wins, she'll likely just throw away the prize without a thought. I can't forgive such arrogance. But I remind myself it doesn't matter why she's here. I'll be the one winning today. I introduce myself to the princess, then bow out of the conversation. The eating competition is divided into one-on-one battles. The 8 contestants are divided into A block, B block, with myself in A and the girl in B. If we do square off, it will be in the final round, but that's not very likely. No spoiled princess would ever be able to win an eating competition. They call my name and I walk up on stage. My first opponent is a fellow in a white school uniform. He looks unhealthy, like he's barely seen the sun. Oh, Ikaruga's half-brother.
それもまあ仕方がない。悪いがこっちは玄人だ。今のうちに棄権しておけば傷も浅く済むぞ。
What a very strange person. Best to ignore him.
恐ろしくて声も出ずか。
I refuse to engage him, sitting calmly in my chair and waiting for the start of the match. But something seems amiss. We keep waiting, but the food isn't being brought out yet. I look backstage and see the chairman rushing around. There must be indeed something wrong. After a bit longer, they bring out a heaping mountain of cabbage cores. The chairman bows his head repeatedly and begins to speak. He tells us that the first round's challenge was apparently to eat a whole cabbage, but all that's left are the cores.
キャベツの芯だ。俺はウサギじゃないぞ。
Murasame makes no attempt to hide his disdain. His attitude is grating, no question. Cabbage cores are the high-quality ingredients. They're filling and have a delightful texture. The idea of eating only the leaves of cabbage always struck me as ignorant. The leaves are of course delicious, but the core deserves no less respect.
文句があるなら棄権すればいかがでしょうか。
危険だと。ここで棄権をすればベスト8止まり。つまりは8位ということだ。女、それがどういうことか分かっているのか。
さあ。
I don't understand what's going on, but Murasame's eyes have grown thoroughly bloodshot.
やってやる。俺はウサギになる。バニーボーイになってやるよ。
Bunny boy. I bet someone's made art of that, haven't they? Murasame in like bunny suits. Both parties raring to go. The match begins. I bite into the first core on my plate. That heavy texture. That sweet earthy aroma. Its unique sweetness fills my mouth. It's splendid. Cabbage cores are food fit for a king. Lost in ecstasy, I tap on my plate. Before I know it, I've eaten them all.
美味しゅうございました。
I offer my profound thanks to the earth for its blessing, and the chairman raises my right hand. I look to my side and see that Murasame has fainted, his mouth stuffed to the lips with cores. He seems to have passed out from oxygen deprivation. The first round has been no challenge at all. The little princess rushes to Murasame's side. Brother. These two are siblings. I don't see that much of a resemblance. And come to think of it, do both give the impression of being rich and spoiled. The princess drops to her knees at Murasame's side, extending a hand to help stabilize him. Murasame viciously slaps her hand away.
触るな。
お兄様。
俺に触れていいのはまともな家族だけだ。
After that sharp remark, he dashes out of sight. So her big brother has no love for her. She clenches her lips and returns to the B block stage.
では、お嬢様の食べっぷりを見させてもらいましょうか。
I decide to go watch her match.
イカルだ！いけ！
With her friend's encouragement, the princess stuffs her face full of cabbage cores.
休むな！休んだら負けだぞ！
She eats daintily, but not without speed. Bite by bite, she pulls ahead of her opponent. As she finishes the last core, she delicately wipes her mouth with a napkin.
やったな、イカルが！お祝いにおっぱい揉んでやるぜ。結構です。
With the match ended, she exchanges banter with her friend. She's very composed. However, the competition's only just begun. The real test of her fortitude will be in the finals. Let's just see how well this little princess holds up. As I sit down for the semi-finals, a huge shadow covers my vision. I lift my gaze to behold a woman who looks like a sumo wrestler.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Sumo woman laughs scornfully and takes a seat next to me. I have a rather unpleasant feeling. Again we sit and wait for the food to arrive. Again it doesn't appear. As I grow irritated with the event planning, the flustered chairman scrambles back on stage. With tears in his eyes, he tries to explain. Apparently, the second round's food was supposed to be popcorn, but when they opened the prepared box, it was pickled hornet larvae. Did the delivery person make a mistake? Or maybe it was a prank. It was just a prank, bro. I was going to say April Fool's, considering. Actually, no, not now. It's after midnight over here. April Fool's was yesterday. Regardless, for the competition to continue, they'll have to serve us pickled hornet larvae. Sumo woman starts bellowing laughter at the extremely embarrassed chairman. She gives me another fleeting glance. Hornet larvae are nutritious like milk of the forest. The very idea of forfeiting is ridiculous. And so they bring before me a heaping mound of hornet larvae. I hear shrieks of disgust from the audience. My goodness, one shouldn't judge food before trying it. The chairman announces the start of the match. This will decide the winner of A block. Soon my woman eats the larvae one by one, her face twisted into a disgusted grimace. She manages to remain composed, though. Looks can be deceiving, I suppose. I stick my hands into the mountain of hornet larvae and scoop them up. Then, as if drinking water from my hands, I pour them into my mouth. The place bursts into a bizarre commotion as the chairman raises my hand. Sumo woman's face flushes a deep red, and she leaves the stage. Gripe all you want, you still lost. When you're outmatched, you should back down. Now to see how B block turned out. Overjoyed, the princess's friend throws her arms around her. Frankly, I'm surprised. I never would have thought the princess could stomach hornet larvae. I walk over to the princess and ask her a question. She gives me a slight smile. It's just the kind of delicacy I'd expect a walking endorsement of capitalism to indulge in. Just hearing her disgusts me. What a vile, twisted, superficial life that must be. The thought of this little princess being so spoiled makes me want to. She hasn't the slightest clue of what's going on in my head, so she offers me an elegant smile and extends her hand to me. I gently take her hand and shake it. Though all I want to do is crush her fingers into powder, I will take far more pleasure in rendering a crushing defeat. We both step onto the stage, where we find the chairman on his knees. He whimpers out another explanation, repeatedly touching his forehead to the stage. The final round was supposed to be a never-ending bowl of soba noodles. However, the noodles have gone missing from backstage. Instead, he explains we'll be eating massive earthworms. The princess's previously calm face drops and turns pale. At her words, the chairman shakes his head. He tells her all the soba noodles in the area have already been cleaned out for the tournament. Her pathetic request sends my blood boiling. You've got to be kidding me. No one can stop a tournament this far in.
いいですわよ、ミミズで。
As soon as I say that, all eyes turn to
ミ
me.
ミズでワンコそば。つまりワンコミミズですね。構いませんわ。
Bottomless worm ball, though. The princess is speechless.
そちらはいかが？やらないと言うなら危険でよろしくて。
Forfeit. Please forfeit, princess. Even I can't handle eating earthworms. I hope she'll forfeit. I pray for it.
危険する。
Yes, I prepared to strike a triumphant pose.
わけがありません。
Despite her words, I can see she's sweating bullets.
よっ、それでこそイカルガだ。
Her friend Katsuragi brims with carefree enthusiasm. The spectators go wild. This is definitely a turn for the worse. Maybe I shouldn't have called attention to myself.
どうしました？顔色が悪いですよ。そうですか？
We level our eyes at each other. Her face is covered in a cold sweat. I suspect mine is no different. Both of us can tell the other is bluffing. I love how they censored the worms. It's like it's too disgusting. Finally, they put the balls down before us. I peek into mine, and from the soup they emerge. They're wriggling. The worms are squirming around. No way. Absolutely not. My mind is screaming at me. And yet, before I even realise it, my fingers have picked up the chopsticks. Right. I've come too far to back down now. Prize or no prize, I'd rather die than let that princess beat me. Once I've steeled myself, I bring the ball to my lips.
いただきます。参りました。
Much to my surprise, the princess has lowered her head.
あなたの勝ちです。
I let out a massive sigh of relief. It's not the finale I had hoped for, but a victory is a victory. Still, I haven't been that nervous in a long time.
その勝利への執念、一体どこから生まれてくるのですか？
The princess asks me softly.
話したところで、お嬢様には理解できませんわ。
And she wouldn't. Not ever. Only those who've ever walked through the desert of poverty, hunger, and thirst could understand. An angry voice suddenly bursts forth. I turn to see none other than Sumo Woman, and this time she's brought a gang of friends.
なるほど。読めましたわ。
Without even hearing the princess's words, I figured it out as well. Most likely, Sumo Woman caused all the problems in the tournament. She's the one who swapped out all the food to ensure that she'd win. That has to be it. The princess steps forward in anger. I raise a hand to stop her. My anger is no less than hers. These ruffians interfered with our
ここは
match.
私に。お嬢様はお下がりください。
I can't crush the princess today, but Sumo Woman and her grunts will be fine substitutes. All that build-up for this. And then it's like just more generic enemies.
それがたとえ大食いであっても、私の戦いにケチをつけた罪は重いですよ。
To be fair though,
ヨビさん、
the eating contest
一人で
arc has
相手にするのは
been
無
pretty
茶で
fun.
す。お嬢様、ご心配なく。大食い大会のおかげで、私、珍しくお腹が満腹ですの。だから、食後の運動をしないとならないのです。食後の運動ですか。わかりました。ではここはお任せします。ただし、ちょっとどこかに隠れていてもらえますか。私の食後の運動はかなり激しいので、お嬢様にはしたないところを見られたくないのです。
承知しました。では見えないところに隠れていましょう。
ありがとうございます。それでは思う存分暴れさせてもらいます。
Time to do this stage. Defeat generic enemy and sumo woman.
ユミ、新任務開始。
I actually like these generic enemies, ones with the green hair and blue dress. Also like the weapons they wield, the 2 blades. I kinda wish you could play as some of the generic enemies. There's a couple of hack and slash games I've played that like let you play as generic enemies. I know Warriors Orochi did it with the 3rd game, and one of the Gundam Dynasty Warriors games let you play as the mobile suit units as well, like the generic mobile suits. And done. Jiggle, jiggle.
任務完了です。これで全部片付いたみたいですね。
驚きました。本当に一人でやってしまうなんて。大丈夫ですか、ユミさん。どこか怪我でも？
違います。お腹が減ってしまって。
え？
ちょっと張り切りすぎてしまいました。せっかくお腹いっぱいでしたのに。もったいない。すごくもったいないですわ。
驚きの消化機能ですね。
申し訳ありませんが、ここで失礼します。家に帰ってもやし炒めでも食べようと思いますので。では。
もう行ってしまいました。ヨミさんか。
最高評価をいただき、恐悦至極に存じます。
未来、どうした？眠れないのか？
ホムラ。
怖い夢でも見たのか？
怖い夢っていうか、夜一人になると昔のことを思い出しちゃうんだ。
昔？
私、中学生の頃いじめられてたんだ。
そうか。
蛇所でいっぱい修行して、体だけじゃなく心も強くなったと思っていたんだけど、昔のことを思い出すと体が震えてくるんだ。私ってダメだね。
試してみるか？
試す？
未来がどのくらい強くなったか私が確かめてやる。
そんなの無理だよ。ホムラに勝てるわけないよ。
やってみなきゃわからんさ。
でも
どうした？自分の強さを確かめたくないのか？
わかった。私やるよ。
そう来なくては。それでこそヘビ女選抜メンバーの一人だ。
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。
未来舞い順じる。
いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。
Oh, no, right. I like how she unironically turns the game into a bullet hell shooter with her moveset.
私が正義です。
私の勝ちだな。
ほらね、やっぱりホムラには勝てないよ。そうだよ、初めから勝てないことは分かってたんだ。
それでは聞く。勝てないと分かっていてどうして私と戦ったんだ？勝てないと思った相手に未来は真っ向から挑んだ。その勇気こそ強さの証だと私は思う。
ホムラ、
自信を持て未来。お前は自分が思っているより強い。心も体も小さいが強い。
心も体も小さいって。でもありがとうホムラ。本当にありがとう。
最高評価をいただき強越至極に存じます。
これで準備はよし。私ならやれる。
あら未来、
はるか様、
どうしたの？戦闘準備なんかして。
やっつけに行くんです。
え？
昔私のことをいじめた奴らを。
いじめ？
私がヘビ所に入ったのもそのためだから。復讐はちゃんと悪人になってからと思ったけど、やっぱりダメなんです。あいつらにお返しをしないと私は前に進めないんです。
なるほどね。分かったわ。好きにしなさい。でもその前に予行練習なんかどう？
予行練習？
私が未来に現実をかけるの。デク人形がいじめっ子に見えるように。 そのデク人形と戦って練習するんだね。分かった。はるか様、私に剣術をかけて。
了解。じゃ行くわよ。さあ、私の人形たちと戦ってらっしゃい。
やってやるよ。
Farewell to yesterday, overcome the trauma.
ユミ、進行の任務開始。はい、せい、いてつけ、そこですか。せい、打たせていただきます。いてつけ。させません。甘く見た。はい、打たしからみなぎる。逃がしません。はい、いてつけ。せい、眠りなし。進め。力がみなぎる。その程度で止める気ですか。眠り、そこですか。打たす力がみなぎる。逃がしません。させません。そこですか。打たす力がみなぎる。打たせていただき。眠りなし。そこですか。打たせていただき。いてつけ。いてつけ。
Pretty short stage.
任務達成。任務完了です。お見事ね。
私、あいつらに負けなかったよ。
ええ、未来は勝ったわ。それじゃもう今日はお風呂に入って寝ちゃいなさい。未来、聞いて。確かに悪人は復讐のために力を使うことができる。でもだからこそ私は自分の力に誇りを持ちたい。厳しい修行で手に入れた大切な力がいじめっ子の暴力と同じ程度のものにならないように。未来、私はね、悪には悪の誇りがあると思うの。
はるか様。でも私は。
どうしてもすっきりしないのならいつでも私の人形が相手になってあげるから。
はい、わかりました。
よかった。
はるか様の言葉、温かかったです。はるか様って普通に優しい時もあるんですね。
何言ってんのよ。私はいつも優しいわよ。今だって未来が言うこと聞かなかったらめんどくさいから人形にしちゃおうって思ってたぐらいなんだから。
宣伝撤回、やっぱり怖いよ。
最高評価をいただき強越至極に存じます。
I stand in front of the table tennis table and raise my voice.
さあ、まずは卓球だ。ガチンコでやるぞ。
The recreation room has about 8 tatami mats, but only one run-down gaming table. I tighten the sash on my yukata. All 4 of my friends are wearing them too.
でもホムラちゃん、今着いたばかりじゃない。少し休憩してからでも。
Haruka's yukata is open at the front.
休憩してる暇などない。1分1秒全力で楽しむんだ。
We're away from school at an old hot springs resort. This annual team building trip is a special privilege for the elite class. And this year, we picked out this place. Nothing too fancy, but the food and the hot springs are sure are nice.
Yosh! まずは未来対日陰だ!
I'm working out the playing field.
ほな、やりますか?
As I look at each other across the table, I nod to myself. I'm the coordinator of this trip. It's my duty to make sure everyone enjoys it. We're allotted 200,000 yen for travel expenses, so lodging and train tickets are up to us to figure out. Unfortunately, the elites are all pretty set in their ways. If I hadn't taken charge, no one would have ever agreed on when to leave. So being the organised person that I am, I stepped up to take on the job of travel coordinator. And as the travel coordinator, I absolutely have to make sure everyone has a good time. I put in a lot of time picking out the inn and writing up an itinerary. If the trip ends being boring, it means I lose. And I don't lose. Mirai poses awkwardly and gives a weak serve. Hikage stands and stares fixedly at the ball. Then, having gauged the timing, she returns it with all of her might. Into the wall. The ball bounces around so fast it's like everywhere at once. Like a ricocheting bullet. Haruka and Yomi cover their heads and run around. Despite my cries, she remains as expressionless as ever. She's not just asking to clear up the rule. I have to explain why games are fun. I know it'll take a while to tell her about the joys of sport, and I don't want to keep the others waiting. We spend the next hour wringing every last drop of fun out of the game. Everyone nods in response. I then lead everyone back to our room. When we get there, we find our food has already been prepared. Standing in front of the feast, we each let out an involuntary sigh. I seat myself on the cushion and look over at the food. Look over the food, sorry, not over at it. That'd be a weird way of doing it. A giant prepared lobster, flounder, bream and tuna sashimi, grilled prawns and abalone steak, grilled prawns, deep fried fish. We're almost drooling as we look it all over. Apparently some specially selected Japanese beef is coming. Is it like Wagyu beef? Or is it Wagyu steak? I think it's Wagyu, isn't it? Yomi produces a large plastic food container. We pour the juice into our glasses, make a toast, and then dig into our favourites. Mirai suddenly calls out. Yomi's face down on the table. Yomi, with that explanation, she pops back up and keeps eating. As everyone laughs at Yomi, rarely voices ring out from the next room. Come to think of it, the next room is pretty big too. Another group of girls must be staying there. Oh, I wonder what group that could be.
ごちそうさん。
ごちそうさま。ごちそうさま。
Each one of us has cleaned her plate. Yomi peers into the rice bowl and sighs, realizing that there's none left to scoop into her container. We stop her before she can fill up on more from the kitchen.
よし、満腹になったら次は温泉だ。
Now that our bellies are full, it's time for the main event, the mighty soak. As we wander down the hallway, the scent of sulphur tickles my nose. We approach the springs, our spirits lifting. We push aside the curtain and enter the women's changing area and quickly strip down. Towels in hand, we slide the door aside and walk into an ocean of steam. A gorgeous open-aired bath lies before us. The large bath is surrounded by cypress planks. Over the fence to the right is a mountain dotted with cherry trees, and to the left is a beach. The view is astounding.
他に客はいないようだな。
After I rinse my body, I dip my hand in the water. It's hotter than I'd expected. Probably a little over 110 degrees.
みんな気をつけて入れよ。
何が？
Kage is already in the water, swimming and writhing like a snake.
暑くないのか？
暑かったらどないしたん？
Can't quite follow Hokage's lead, so we slowly let ourselves get acclimated to the water. I like how Hokage just like YOLO'd it pretty much. I sink in a bit.
気持ちいい。
I unconsciously let out a moan of utter bliss.
ほんと気持ちいいわね。ですわね。気持ちいい。
ああ。
Apparently my friends feel the same way. The water feels so good you can't help but say so loud. While we are settling in, we hear boisterous voices coming from the dressing room. Maybe it's the girls from the next room. It's hard to see clearly in all the steam, but it looks like one of them is skipping around all giggly.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Just as she declares how great it is, she falls spectacularly. Tabari, isn't it?
ほらひばり、手を貸そう。そしてこのタオルで前を隠すんだ。いろいろと、その丸見えだぞ。
We can finally make them out. It's 5 girls just like us.
みんなダメだよ、うるさくしちゃ。他にもお客さんがいるんだから。
The girl with the short ponytail is already aware of
気に
us.
することはない。お互い楽しみに来ているんだ。
As I speak, I gesture for the others to let them in.
すみません。それじゃあ失礼して。
I watch the girl with the ponytail sink into the water. Now that I see her clearly, she has huge breasts. Alright. As far as I'm concerned, her name is Jugs now. As the other 4 get in, the water begins to overflow. Now that I can see them too, they've all got crazy gorgeous bodies. Like the kind you hear about whispered in legends but never expect to see with your own eyes. Which makes me wonder, who are these girls? Maybe they're bikini models here for a shoot.
もしかしてこの間の？
Yomi and the girl with the long black hair looking at each other.
あれ？あの人、イカルガさんと知り合いなんですね。
Jugs has seated herself next to me. Those melons look even bigger when they're right up close. It's like they're jumping out of a 3D movie.
皆さんって学校のお友達とかですか？
No reason to tell her the truth, obviously. No ordinary person should even know the name Hibijo.
まあそんなところだ。そっちは？
私たちも同じ高校の同級生です。
Now, why would Jugs dodge the same question? Just your typical classmates, eh? We're part of a shinobi school and we live in completely different worlds. No ordinary schoolgirl gets involved in sword fights, hiding in gravel or staying submerged for days on end. Still, sitting in the tub with Jugs and her friends makes me feel almost normal. The door at the entrance suddenly swings open.
あ、また誰か来たみたい。
楽しんどるか？
A hoarse voice echoes through the area. An old man naked except for the towel around his waist stands on one of the garden lanterns, balancing on tiptoe.
ちっちゃ
あの山、この山、絶景じゃな。
Well, this is a twist. None of us know what to say.
半蔵様、出て行ってください。
The black-haired girl blushes and shrieks.
そんなに恥ずかしがることはない。わしはお前たちに差し入れをしに来ただけじゃ。
Does he have to bring them in the bath? No, he's here for more than that. What was his name? The girl with the black hair just said it. Hanzo. Not exactly a common name, I'd say. And his pose. No ordinary old man could perch on a lantern with just his toes. This old lech must be the legendary. I can barely believe it, but the old man leaps into the air and dances like a flying squirrel, nimbly dodging the bucket that Jugs and crew just tossed at him.
これは男の忍びのみが使えるというムササビの術。
No doubt about it. This old man is Hanzo, the legendary good shinobi. Which would mean that Jugs and her friends are good shinobi too.
ちっちゃん、いい加減にしないとばっちゃんに言いつけるよ。
それはいかん。アスカ、それはいかんぞ。
So Jugs has a real name, Asuka. Her words make Hanzo run away, obviously shaken. Asuka and her friends let out a collective breath and drop their shoulders.
アスカ、お前忍び学生だな。
I fix a sharp stare onto her.
半蔵学院のものか。
She's taken aback. Her defenses immediately go up. She can tell there's a 5-on-5 battle brewing.
それじゃあ、あなたたちは。
悪人の学生だ。
The bath steam, which all has been so soothing just a moment before, feels changed with tension now. Charged with tension now. We 10 glare at each other, all of us start naked. Asuka gulps. Good shinobi and evil shinobi are destined to fight, and no one can escape that fate. And no one can escape it, but
だ
still.
からといってここでやり合う理由は皆無だな。
I relax and sink back into the water. It's just too cold to stand up in here anyway, there's a draft.
何も武器を持っていないんだ。戦いようがないだろ。
Asuka looks utterly bewildered.
それとも裸で取っ組み合うか？
Nude wrestling, lol. Surprised they've not made like some sort of like wrestling game with these characters actually. And they could kind of be cutesy about it as well, sort of like with Peach Peach.
そう言われてみれば、そうだね。
She drops back into the water, sliding in up to her shoulders. We all go back to soaking just like we had been. Good shinobi and evil shinobi are destined to fight, but only when the orders say we have to. In other words, no orders, no fight. Even if we let them go, I don't think the school would have anything to say about it. As she soaks in silence, Asuka spots a sushi bucket over in the garden.
ちっちゃんの太巻きだ。
It's loaded with delicious looking sushi rolls. I guess he really was bringing in some snacks. Asuka goes around and hands them to all of us. So we leave the bath and eat our sushi rolls nude. Kind of weird, but also kind of enjoyable. I finish my sushi roll and settle into a separate bathing pool where Asuka ends up by my side. We just soak there for a while without a word between us. She breaks the silence and peers into my face. I get out the bath, my friends all follow one by one. I look back at Asuka. I give her a tiny smile. Everyone else leaves the room with either a bow or a wave. After we've changed into our yukata in the dressing room, Mirai speaks up. The others all nod in agreement. I felt so happy that I scratched my nose. As long as they enjoyed themselves, that's all that mattered. It looks like I've completed my duty as coordinator. I guess it's a good thing we decided not to fight the Hanzo girls. That kind of bloodshed could have spoiled our nice vacation. Who knows what'll happen next time though. We're shinobi on opposite sides after all. Next time we meet up, someone's probably going to die. My thoughts turned to Asuka as I walked down the hall. She said we hoped we'd meet again. And if we do, she had to have known that when she said it. But all I can think of is the innocence on her face. Maybe she wasn't thinking about fighting at all. Maybe she just really meant she'd like to hang out again. My smile turns bitter. How did anyone that simple ever become a shinobi? Of course, if we actually didn't have to fight, I wouldn't mind seeing her again either. Comrades outside of Hibijo, friends outside of Hibijo, soaking in the hot springs. It must have addled my brain. I'm thinking like some sort of naive schoolgirl, but it's no big deal. No sense in dwelling on the little things. For tonight I can just sit back and entertain all these frivolous little thoughts.
温泉後の訓練はやはり気持ちがいいな。どれだけ汗をかいてもまた温泉で洗い流せるのもいい。もしかしたら温泉は最高の訓練場なのかもしれないぞ。ではもう一汗かくとするか。
騒音の正体はお前だったか。
確か柳生と呼ばれていたものだな。
お前の規制はやかましくてかなわん。ひばりは全然寝つけないではないか。少し静かになってもらうぞ。
これは願ってもない展開だ。ちょうどいい。訓練の相手になってもらうぞ。
訓練で済めばいいがな。
望むところだ。
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。柳生。
Oh, finally gets to fight Yagyu.
いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。打たせてから。力をさせるか。みなぎる。力を。見せろ。みなぎる。時間の無駄。
メスなぎ払う足いてつけ氷の足
その町が正してあげましょう。打線の力を受けなさい。バカな決着。私が正義です。
野球なかなかやるじゃないか。お前もな。おかげでいい汗がかけた。さあ一緒に温泉でもどうだ。
遠慮しておこう。ひばりは寝相が悪いので今頃はお腹を出して寝ているだろうからな。俺がお布団をかけてあげなくてはならないのだ。
そうなのか。
規制は控えめに頼むぞ。さらばだ。
ああ。
そうだ、一つ言い忘れた。風呂ならとっくに閉まっているぞ。汗びっしょりで寝ることになると思うが、まあ自業自得だな。
そんなバカな。
最高評価をいただき強越至極に存じます。
人がいっぱい並んでるようやけど、なんやこれ、何の列や。
あと16人、楽しみだな。
あれ、あんたは温泉の。
あ、お前はヘビ状の日陰じゃないか。
そういうあんたは、あかん、名前忘れたわ。
カツラギだよ、半蔵のカツラギだ。
ほなカツラギ、これ何の列なん？
列って言ったらラーメンの列に決まってるだろ。
Ooh,
あ
ramen.
と16人で食えるん
One
だ
of
よ。
my favourite things.
おお、一人また進んだ。あと15人。やっほー。
なんで並んでまでラーメンを食べるのかわからん。並ばんでも適当に何でも食べればええやん。
分かってねえな。とりあえずおっぱいもみもみしてやろうか。
は？なんでおっぱいをもみもみするんや？
冗談の通じないやつだな。まあいいや。あのな、ラーメンっていうのはロマンなんだよ。
ロマン？
そう、ロマン。丼一杯の中に夢がいっぱい詰まってるんだ。こってりの豚骨スープに固めの細麺、炙りチャーシューと半熟卵。もう考えただけでも頭がクラクラして鼻血が。
なんかわからんがすごそうやな、ここのラーメンは。
前の方の列で横入りしている奴らがいるぞ。あれは地元の不良どもか。許せねえな。
あいつらはわしに任せとき。あんたは列に並んどきや。せっかく今まで並んでたんやろ。
まあそれはそうだけど。
その代わり後でここのラーメンをごちそうしてや。
分かった。じゃあ頼んだぜ、日陰。
Punish the liars.
ユミ開始。そこですか。打たせていただきます。甘く見ていました。そこです。進め。その程度で止める力がみなぎる。はいシュッいてつけ力がみなぎる。力がみなぎる。はいハッハッハッハッハッシュッそこですか。ハッシュッ任務達成。任務完了です。
あっけないもんやな。
日陰、お前強いな。
どうしたん？
あたいは強いやつを見ると戦いたくなるんだ。
そうなん？
あたいは強くなくちゃならない。強くなるためには強いやつと戦い続けなきゃいけないんだ。日陰、あたいは今ここでお前と。
桂木、あんたの話はようわからん。今は戦う時やないやろ。
戦う時じゃない。じゃあ何なんだよ。
今はラーメンを食べる時や。
Ramen time.
ラーメンを食べる時やろ。
そうだな日陰、お前の言う通りだ。今はまずラーメンだな。
そうや。
お、ちょうど順番になった。日陰、思いっきり食べようぜ。あたいのおごりだからな。
ほな、お言葉に甘えさせてもらうわ。
最高評価をいただき強烈至極に存じます。さーて、今日の安売りの目玉はツナ缶ですね。しかし4缶パックで50円とは、この商店街のスーパーは庶民の味方ですわ。ツナ缶といえば缶を開けてそのまま醤油をかけて食べてよし、茹でた山盛りもやしの上に乗せてよし、まさにマグロ漁船の漁師さんたちの血と汗と涙の結晶なのです。
Tune is good, not gonna lie.
前を失礼します。ちょっとお待ちあそばせ。何でしょう。それは最後の1パック。私が買おうとしていた最後の1パックですわ。え？返しなさい。今すぐ真の所有者に返しなさい。はあ。ってあなたはヨミさん？あなたはお嬢様。
この店の商品ごっそりいただいていくぜ。
あれは
地元の盗賊団ですね。
どうでしょう。そのツナ缶はあのお方たちをたくさん倒した方が買うというのは。
いいでしょう。異論はありません。
では参りましょうか。食べ物がかかった時の私は一味も二味も違いますわよ。
Housewife battle.
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。任務開始。はい、いてそこですか。甘かい眠りなさい。撃たせそこですか。撃たせていただき進め。その程度で止める気ですか。眠りなそこですか。はい、眠り力はみなぎる。いてつけそこですか。撃たせていただきはい、眠り力はみなぎる。はい、撃たせていただき眠りなさい。はい、力はみなぎる。撃たせてはい。任務達成。
Epic slow-mo jump right there.
任務完了です。
結果はほぼ互角。お嬢様やりますわね。
そちらこそ。ではこのツナ缶は半々にする。それでいかがでしょう。
いいのですか。
私はクラスのみんなにツナのパスタを作ってあげようと思ってましたので、パスタでしたら2缶もあれば十分です。はい、2缶。
ありがとうござ
I'll
いま
never
す。
get to split the cans, that
では
works.
私はここで失礼します。
おや、なんでしょうこの感じ。私あのお嬢様のこともっと昔から知っているような気が。そう、かなり昔にどこかで見たんです。でもどこだったかしら。
最高評価をいただき強越至極に存じます。
I enter the ninja room to find not only my fellow elites but Master Suzanne as well.
はるか遅い。はい、すみませんでした。
If she's in here, something is definitely up. Hibijo's teachers are rather different from those of ordinary schools. Hibijo students are primarily trained by a higher ranked students. Most of what I know I learned from upperclassmen and women. Master Suzanne takes a personal hand in independent training, but she's rarely involved in formal lectures. Hibijo's teachers are primarily tasked with relaying important instructions.
単刀直入に言う。
Master Suzanne's eyes flash from behind her long
お
bangs.
前たちには半蔵学院という前任の忍び学校を攻めてもらう。
We all gasp in unison. Hanzo Academy is where those girls were from. The ones we met at the hot springs.
攻める目的は
Hamura asks without so much as batting an eye.
目的は超秘伝忍法書の奪取。
The super secret ninja art scroll is a shinobi school's most cherished symbol. Each school has one, and they are closely guarded treasures. Naturally, Hibijo also has one, and the elites are in charge of its safekeeping.
どうして超秘伝忍法書を奪わないとならないんですか。
より強い忍び部隊を作るためだ。それ以上は答えられないし、答える必要もない。
The authority in Suzane's voice silences the room. Hamura nods in assent. I've heard of a certain rumor. Supposedly, Hibijo's investors have been pouring a lot of money and resources into creating some ultimate shinobi force. Taking the super secret ninja art scroll could be part of that push.
襲撃作戦はそれぞれが小部隊を編成して行え。話は以上。
Our eyes all light up with excitement. Despite our pleasant little encounter with the girls from Hanzo, none of us flinch at this prospect. Rather, we're all ready and willing to wipe the smiles off those cutie pies' faces. We leave in 1 hour. Just enough time to assemble our forces, as it were.
さて、小部隊ね。誰を連れて行こうかしら。
What pops into my mind are the dogs. Not real dogs, of course. My dogs are subordinates of mine who suffered under my heels and always beg for more. This is Haruka, isn't it? I descend into the castle's basement, where 3 such dogs are blindfolded and kneeling. Their shinobi outfits are worn and filthy.
あら、あなたたち。何をしてるの？
はるか様のご命令の通り正座をしています。
そう。いつから
？1週間前からです。
1週間。あら、すっかり命令したのを忘れてたわ。
I laugh aloud at them.
まあ当然よね。私の可愛らしいピンク色の脳みそにはあんたたちみたいな薄汚い犬を覚えておくスペースなんて1ミリもないんだから。
At my tongue lashing, they begin to tremble. But they aren't angry. They're enjoying it. They simply can't resist my
それ
abuse.
じゃあ、あんたたち薄汚い犬にはまた別の命令よ。
As I speak, they straighten up and listen. When I finish explaining, they cling to my
お
legs.
願いします。私を連れて行ってください。私もはるか様のために死なせてください。いえ、いっそ死ねと言ってください、はるか様。
汚らわしい、触るな。
I send them flying with a kick.
もっと蹴ってください。
I happily oblige them, kicking each one, knocking them away as they attempt to cling to me again. This goes on for a while until they're fairly well paralyzed with pleasure.
そろそろ出発よ。10分で準備しなさい。
With that, I leave the basement. As I approach the meeting area in front of the castle gates, I see the other elites gathered, each with a team of their own.
はるか、お前の部隊はどこだ？
Hamura surveys the scene around
い
us.
いのいいの。気にしないで。どっかに忍んでいるから。
They wouldn't dare show their faces after all. My dogs are more than content to stay hidden and watch me from the shadows.
それでは作戦を確認する。
Hamura explains our attack strategy. First, Hamura's team of 4 will approach the school from the front and create a diversion. This will allow us to infiltrate the school building and acquire the super secret ninja art scroll. On the way to the Hanzo Academy, I try asking my hidden dogs what might be a suitable reward. Hanzo Academy shinobi won't part with their precious scroll without a fight. Obviously, this is a very difficult and dangerous mission. The right character, however, will motivate even the most stubborn of mules. After a moment, a reply comes from a thicket of bushes by the road.
お願いします。私もです。作戦が成功したらいつもよりもっと汚く罵ってください。
Their desperate entreaties dance in my ears. The thought of it all makes me shudder with pleasure.
いいわ。思い切り罵ってあげる。
But you must complete your mission safely, I murmur to myself. We reach to the back gate of Hanzo Academy where we wait until a loud noise rings out in the distance. Sounds like Hamura has made her move, which means it's time to make ours.
行くわよ。
I leap up, sailing clear over the back gate, and my dogs follow suit. According to our intel from Habijo, the super-secret ninja art scroll's exact location is unknown, but narrowed down to a small handful of likely places. We rushed in through the emergency exit and split up to search them all. Thanks to Hamura and her team kicking up such a fuss, our entry goes unnoticed. We have perhaps 15 minutes to search unimpeded. One of the dogs barks from upstairs. I'm surprised he found it so quickly. I rush in his direction. The dogs are gathered in front of the staff room. In one of their hands is a rolled scroll. The scroll is covered with beautiful embroidery and gives off an almost divine aura. If my hunch is right, this is indeed the super secret ninja art scroll. However, with that confidence comes anxiety. Something is odd. Surely they wouldn't have hidden their greatest treasure somewhere easy to find, would they? Even with our intel, it shouldn't be this easy. The more I think about it, the more uneasy I become. It's a trap, I guarantee it. Before I even realise what's happening, the dog has unfurled the scroll. The moment I shout, the dog begins trembling. And it's no longer just the one holding the scroll. The others begin shaking too violently. The colour drains from their faces and the light from their eyes. My own loyal dogs lash out at me. I dance away from their attacks. They all draw their blades and advance on me. So what is going on here? This all started the moment one of them opened the scroll. Could the scroll be a fake? But if so, why hasn't it affected me? The dog's eyes tumble in their sockets. They lurch towards me like broken wind-up toys, swords in hand. Kill them, they're asking me to end their lives. They're no longer even forming words. They rush right at me screaming. My words can no longer reach them. Reluctantly I pull out a vial. It's a special weapon I made just for today. I've never have expected to use it on my own dogs, of course. Memories of my dogs drift through my mind. Just as promised, I abuse them with all my might one last time. Oh, hey man. Good to see you. How you doing?
未来、ここは撤収しましょう。超秘伝忍法書は奪ったことだし。
でも小部隊のみんなは。
あの子たちはもうダメだ。 置いていくしかないわ。もし私たちの邪魔をするようなら切る。
切るってみんな仲間なんだよ。
私たちの目的は超秘伝忍法書のダッシュなのよ。それを邪魔するのなら仲間でも切るしかないわ。みんなだって分かってくれるわ。
そんな。
さあ行くわよ。
Stop the insanity.
ユン進行任務開始。歌そこですか。みなぎる。眠りなさい。進め。その程度で止める気ですか。させません。させません。力がみなぎる。打たせて進め。その程度で止める気ですか。そこですか。眠りなさい。
Pretty good. I'm having fun with it so far. We're doing the Hibisho campaign today. I'm getting as far as I can with it. We're like power boosting through most of the levels though, because Yumi's got like an ability that powers her attack up. Every time I have the hit counter go up, her attack increases to a ridiculous proportion. So most of the fights are like rolling pretty fast. Also, her level has got like a big factor on it. She's like level 42-ish now. So, if anything, the only thing that's keeping the game like slow, I guess you could say, is the little cutscenes. I'd say the Hibisho campaign so far feels more streamlined than the Hanzo one though. Hanzo feels like a bit of a slow burner. So one enemy that's left behind. Oh no, the stage is finished. Bit abrupt. Yeah, it's pretty alright. Yumi's attack ability is so good. She's pretty broken. You'll see what I mean when we get to, I gave it to you today. I could have sworn I've given it you before, but for some reason when you were in the chat last time, it wasn't showing. So, I think my VIP list had glitched or something. Because there was people that used to be on my VIP list that I knew that were like not there anymore. So I like ended up adding a bunch of people back again. Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure actually what VIP does. Let me have a look. I think you just get the little badge next to your name, really. Let me just Google it. What does VIP do on Twitch? VIP, here we go. These are users recognized by streamers as loyal members of their community. VIPs are immune to chat and channel moderation settings, although they're still able to be moderated directly by channel moderator. So, in other words, you have, like, you're immune to chat and channel moderation, which doesn't mean shit. I don't really moderate all that much in my chat. Unless, like, someone comes into the chat and starts insulting me and the stream, but you know, bit of that'd be like anti not anti, counterproductive, I guess.
未来、ショックを受けてる場合じゃないわよ。早くヘビ所に戻らないと。
That or someone comes in and like posts a fuck ton of spam for like a link to some fishy website, for example. I think one time when one of those like follow bots came in to my chat, I accidentally made it a bloody moderator once. I went to click on it and I went to click ban it. I ended up making it a moderator. I was like, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I was like, thank God it's a bot. Otherwise, if it was like some rogue person, imagine all the chaos they could have sown. Although I would have like shut it down within a few minutes, you know.
未来、ヘビ所までは別々に行動するわよ。その方が追ってから逃げやすいから。
追ってってまさか。
そのまさかだと思うわ。あの温泉であった半蔵の5人、きっと彼女たちが追ってくる。
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
Okay, next mission. Oh, hello, Karuga.
思い出しました。
何をですか？
お嬢様はご存知かしら。貧民街というものを。
ええ、知っています。
私はそこで生まれ、そこで育ちました。明日のご飯のあてもなく街をさまよっていた時のこと。私と両親は街頭のテレビで見たのです。高級レストランで食事をするあなた方一家を。テレビの中であなたのお父様は高らかに言いました。海外の貧しい子供たちに多額の支援金を送ると。マスコミが一斉に喝采を送る様子に私は目の前がクラクラしました。なぜ海外なのですかと。なぜ国内の私たちを無視するのかと。
Man, Yomi's being based as fuck right now. Holy cow.
お黙りください。お嬢様のようにお金が余っている家があれば、私たちのように寝る間も惜しんで働いてもわずかなお金しか手にできない家もある。食べるものがなければ街をさまよいゴミ箱を漁るしかない。この現実が理解できますか？いいえ、理解できるわけがない。あなたみたいなお嬢様に。私にとってこれはもう半蔵と蛇所の戦いだけではありません。持つ者と持たざる者との戦争なのです。
You mean class warfare, Yomi?
わかりました。そこまで言うのなら戦うしかありませんね。
お嬢様には CR のみ。読み、悪の定めに舞い順じます。
Ironically, with Yomi being kind of anti-royalty, she'd get like a big ovation in this country. There's a lot of there's not a lot of royalists over here, trust me.
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。
イカルが舞い忍びます。いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。
I mean, over here in like my area, I should say, not the whole country, because that'd be a stupid thing to say. Yeah, look at the damage I'm just doing already off the back of the. It'll get even more prevalent now.
その程度ですか。その程度です。
Nice counter. Special move. She's literally just channeling Virgil energy with that moveset.
その程度ですか。いざ
尋常に飛燕王戦一式。
その程度ですか。
いざ尋常に飛燕王戦一式。
I should do that. I should dress up Ikaruga as Virgil. Like, give her an outfit that looks similar to Virgil's. Man, she loves spamming that thing.
その程度ですか。
I hate it when the camera fucks up on me like that.
その町が正してあげましょう。黒ひょその町が正してあげましょう。その下を置きなさい。できますね。
Next time when I fight someone else, I'll show you how good the stack damage is. It's kind of hard with Ikaruga when she's like spamming special moves every couple of seconds.
私が正義です。
I think Ikaruga's like non-DLC. She's nude, yeah. We basically stripped her. I think Ikaruga's like one of the most abusable on-disc characters. Don't forget, Yumi's like a DLC character, so... Yumi's freezing though is like abusable so much. You could literally string it infinitely if you wanted to.
いいえ、まだです。私はまだ戦えます。
正直驚きました。その力、ただのお嬢様とは思えません。
私は遊び半分で忍びを目指しているわけでは
I
ありま
love
せん。
how we stripped her, but she's just here in underwear. Like she just put them back on afterwards.
そうですか。わかりました。忍びへの強い思いは認めましょう。でもあなたが恵まれた環境にいることに変わりはありませんわ。
お金があれば恵まれているとでも、それはあまりに短絡的ではありませんか。
お金がある方たちの常套句ですわね。お金が全てじゃない。お金で買えないものもある。それは嘘です。だってパンはお金でしか買えません。根本的な上はお金がなければしのげないのです。
それは
それにお金があれば私の両親は死なずに済んだはず。え？お話はもうこれぐらいにしましょう。撤退命令が出ていますのでこれにて失礼します。
Off she goes.
ヨミさん、私たちは戦い合うしかないのでしょうか。
最高評価をいただき強越至極に存じます。
待て待て待て。
ん、その声は。
ようやく追いついたぜ。
あんたはラ
Ramen Girl. That's brilliant.
おいおい、名前ならこの間教えただろ。
Her name's Katsuragi, believe it.
あたいはカツラギだっての。
そうやった、そうやった、カツラギやった。
なんだか調子が狂うけど、これも何かの縁だ。さあ。
I think I tried to dress up Katsuragi as like in a Naruto style outfit, but there's no orange outfits in this game, unfortunately.
大体やな、わしは超秘伝忍法書なんて持ってへんし。
そんなもん関係ねえ。前に言っただろ。あたいは強いやつと戦いたいんだ。
In fact, screw it. I'm gonna say it. If they ever do like another Senran Kagura game, they need to make that a thing where you can color the clothing and individual parts. It's such a basic thing, but you'd think they would have had it in with like the later games or something, but they never did. So if they ever do like another game, yeah, maybe having like a color slider for clothing so you can get the right colors that you want would be like amazing. And plus think of all the combinations you could like have for certain things. I hope they do that one day.
しかし、ほんまに元気なやっちゃな。
I know we've got the Mega Dimension Neptunia crossover game they did. Yeah, the Senran Kagura game series crossed over with the Mega Dimension or Neptunia series, which I do have installed. We'll be playing that at some point in the future. After I'm probably done with Estival Versus. I'll probably do Peach Beach Splash at the very end of that, like all of the stuff. Like when I've done all the Senran Kagura stuff on my PS4, I'll probably have to do Peach Beach Splash last. Hello, by the way, Wilder. Peach Beach Splash will probably be the very, very last Senran Kagura game that I do at that point then. Because I'll have done every other Senran Kagura game at that point. I'm hoping the Neptunia crossover game's good though. I've heard it's pretty alright. Plays very similar to, well, this, but with Neptunia characters as well. Also, fun fact, Neptunia, or Neptune, is actually a DLC character in Peach Beach Splash. Guess who I'm playing as when we get to Peach Beach?
そうや、いいこと思いついた。
おいおい、何グズグズ言ってんだよ。
ほな、あんたと戦ってもええよ。
おお、そこなくちゃ。
ただし、戦う代わりに一つ頼みたいことがあるんや。
I was talking to Sako, he's in the chat.
頼みってなんだよ。
わしに感情ってもんを教えてくれ
It's
るかな。
probably bounced, I'm probably like talking to myself. It's fine.
わしは笑ったり泣いたり怒ったりしてみたいんや。
I'm joking, of course, but like he was in the chat earlier. I was just talking out loud.
どうして？
わしには感情ってもんがないんよ。
Oh, he's here. There we
別にそれで
Hello.
困ったことなんかないんやけど。
See, that's the thing, Waldy. Some people just sit back and chill out
い
and
ろいろ
listen.
と気にかけるもんやからな。
You know.
笑顔ってのを一つぐらい見せてやれたらなと
Well,
思うんや。
Waldy's from the generation of streamers where the streamers talk to like
そういうことか。
70 plus people in the chat all at once.
あたいと戦うってのはちょうどいいぜ。
You do that a lot now as well.
あたいが戦いで教えてやるぜ。感情ってもんをな。
それは楽しみや。ほな、始めようか。日陰、悪の定めに舞い順じる。
Joe would make this stream even better, Wilder. We're playing Big Booba game. You need some Booba tea to match the Booba game.
ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈む。桂木、舞い忍ぶぜ。
I love Katsuragi's moveset, to be
いざ
fair.
鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。
She just kicks everything, which is amazing. Yeah, look how much damage I've done just by stringing. That's pretty much half health. amazing pose. Oh shit, I forgot. She has like a hurricane. Reminds me of Rock Lee's like hurricane kick, kind of. Time to finish you off. It's funny you say that. KFC does that too, don't they? I think me and Sean yesterday were watching the Food Wars video about KFC, and they mentioned about the online KFC application to see if you're KFC material or not. I think I'll unironically have to try it out.
まだやられてないぜ。どうした？
あんたと戦ってるとなんだか
It gets repetitive. To be fair, a lot of online applications just feel like that in general. And that applies not just for jobs, but for everything as well, including little appointments and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that just requires stuff being done electronically these days, or on the interwebs, because it's just so much more convenient. But then again, filling a form was kind of a bit of a ball ache back in the day too. Especially when there's paperwork to reference. And the worst thing, oh God forbid, if you misplace something.
今日はここまでにしとこか。撤退命令が出てるんよ。
日陰。お前の心にちょっとは届いたみたいだな。あたいの気持ちを込めた拳が。しかし、なんだろうね。あたいってやつは心を閉ざしているやつを見ているとなんか構いたくなっちまうんだよな。日陰。
If you're really hardwired for it, you'll do it. Trust me. If it's meant to be, you'll do it. That's always my motto on that.
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
Oh, Mirai next, and Yagyu.
あなたは柳生って子。
お前は未来だったな。超秘伝忍法書を返してもらおう。
As for Yagyu, you could just change her hair to blue and hey, presto, Hatsune Miku. Kinda.
超秘伝忍法書なら私は持ってない。
そうか。ならばお前に用はない。
待ちなさい。みんなのことを追いかけるつもりならそうはいかない。
何度も言わせるな。お前に用は。
あなたに用がなくても私にはある。みんなのところに行かせるもんか。私を無視するな。私と戦え。
はあ、そうか。お前は守りたい人のために戦うのか。うん、分かった。ならば相手になってやろう。
守ってみせる。みんなのことは私が守るんだ。未来、悪の定めに舞い準じる。
Everybody sacrificing themselves for the will of evil. That's the way it goes when you're in Hibijo.
ユン、いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。
Half health already. I like when you get them to half health, the computer just panics in its like transformation. Giant squiddy. You're done.
Yes. なかなかやるな。くそ、あれくらいの攻撃じゃダメだっていうの。お前の攻撃はこれで全て見切った。俺にはもう何も通用しない。だったらもっと激しい攻撃で私はみんなを。もういい。戦いは終わりだ。今からでは他の連中に追いつかない。お前の足止めは成功したというわけだ。さあ行け。見逃してやる。どうして私まで見逃すの？わかったよ。
I just noticed they both have eye patches.
どうしてか。大切な人を守りたいという気持ちに打たれたのかもな。しかし甘いな、俺も。最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
More money that we'll never use, by the way.
あら、ひばりじゃない。温泉以来ね。はるかさん、超秘伝忍法書を持っているんなら返してください。あら残念。超秘伝忍法書なら私たちのリーダーに渡しちゃった。って言ったら信じる？どっちなんですか？それを知りたければ私を倒せばいいんじゃない？その後で体をたっぷり調べたらどう？わかったよ。本当のことを知りたければはるかさんを倒せばいいんだね。そうそう、その息その息。どうせなら倒すじゃなくて殺すって言えば私も殺すつもりでいくから。殺す？当たり前じゃない。私たちは忍びでしょ。うん、ひばりは忍びだよ。だからはるかさんには負けない。殺せるもんなら殺してみればいいんだから。怖いのを一生懸命隠しちゃってほんと可愛い子ね。戦うのが楽しみになってきたわ。はるか悪の定めに舞い順じちゃう。
Time to defeat Hibari.
ユミ、新婚の夢に沈みましょう。いざ鎮魂の夢に舞い散れ。
What if it's possible to one cycle them? Probably is. Probably gotta be like max level for it though.
させません。そこでした力がみなぎる。力がみなぎる。いてつけ。そこでした打たせていたし。その町が正しさ。させません。決着。私が正義です。
やられちゃった。
私もひばりの魅力にやられちゃった。どこか怯えた小動物のようで、あなたなんて可愛らしいの。連れて帰りたい。連れて帰りたい。ねえひばり、ヘビ女に来ない？
何を言ってるの？
何をって転校に決まってるでしょ。
Oh yeah, the bit where she joins.
そんなの無理に決まってるよ。
無理？そうかしら。悪は正義より寛容よ。何だって許してくれるんだから。
そういう問題じゃなくて。
まあいいわ。今返事はしなくても。でも
This is where the little seeds get planted to Hibari switching sides momentarily.
ひばりがヘビ女に転校？そんなことできるわけないよ。
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
I think after this mission I'm gonna probably head off. Yeah. I've been live for like nearly over 3 hours.
返してと言われて返すのなら初めから盗もうとはしない。
それはそうだけど、でもどうして超秘伝忍法書が必要なの？
どうして？
I'm trying to like space out the campaigns for this game, because I think I made the Hanzo campaign into 2 parts, and I kind of plan to do the same with the Hibija. As for Yumi's little 10 missions, we'll probably do that on a separate stream. I'll probably do that as a supplementary stream at some point.
超秘伝忍法書の力を借りて誰にも負けない忍びになるためだ。
Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. Good to always see you.
強い忍びになりたければ修行で自分を鍛えるべきだよ。アスカ、お前は忍びとしてまだまだだな。
We'll have to play some multiplayer on Friday.
忍びとして最低限の努力の話だ。
Friday and Saturday, we can do that. It was Path, wasn't it? I'm sure it's Path we said we'd play. Because I haven't really sank my teeth into Path very much. Neverwinter's fun though, it's just that we're at that point in that one map that's like a ball ache. Ugh. I can't believe yeah. Freya and Sat, yeah. Can't get over that map that was on Neverwinter, the most, like, obnoxiously organised map ever made. Like, everything else had been fine, but then you get to that specific spot and it's like... There's so much specific stuff you've got to be doing. It's kind of funny though. We'll tackle that as well, don't worry. Yeah, we'll do this mission and then when I'm done with this we'll carry on tomorrow. I've just got to remember that when the mission's finished, I have to remember the name of the mission. I'll probably take a photo of it on my phone so I can remember that way, because I've got a bit of a goldfish memory at times. And then the next stream we can carry on from there. Because, weirdly enough, the game doesn't tell you when you're at the end of chapters, which is a bit odd. I think all the games are like that too, actually. It doesn't say at the end of chapter 1, 2 or 3, for example, you know. I'll sacrifice myself to the will of evil. Cute little motto. Right, time to defeat Asuka. Right, time to finish you off, Asuka. Where are you at? Oh, there she is. Defeated poster go. Well, one of the poster girls anyway, since Homura's like poster girl as well. At least on Burst Renewal.
Asuka, Tate. まだ大して聞いてないんだろ?
そんなことない。結構聞いたよ。
それが聞いている顔か。
本当に聞いたんだって。もう死ぬかと思ったよ。
Oh god, no. That's not good. You're gonna have to phone them up and inquire about the driver that picked you up then. And then get it back that way. I've done that. To be fair, I've done that before. Like, left stuff in a taxi and whatnot. And it happens. I was gonna say, make sure you check first. It happened to me one time, and like, I mean, this was in the mid-2000s. You didn't have the beautiful thing called an application back then. So I had to like phone up the head office and be like, oh, my wallet, I've lost it, you know. Is it possible if one of your drivers has it and they found it and I ended up getting it from the office, which was in the next town. I ended up cycling there. That's when I had a bike back then.
でもその代わりに超秘伝忍法書は取り返したけどね。肉を切らせて骨を断つだよ。
Oh, you got it. Okay.
今日のところはお前
Panic
の
attack
勝ちだ。
over. GG.
だが次はこうはいかんぞ。
ホムラちゃん、私とホムラちゃんの忍びの道、
You wanted to
そ
buy
んな
them
に違う
chips.
かな。もしかしたら根っこは同じなんじゃないかな。今戦っていて、私そんな風に思ったんだ。
That's a pretty good offer.
最高評価をいただき、強越至極に存じます。
I'm assuming if that's how the offer works, then yeah. If you're buying one, you'll get two for free if that's in the offer. We used to have, over here in the UK, we used to have buy one get one free offers, but they stopped doing that a while ago. Can't do that anymore, which is a bit At best now, we just have price reductions, which is just not as good. You're just buying stuff that's like a bit cheaper, but I miss the buy one get one free offers, to be honest. No, not many places do them anymore. Got one only. Okay, Crimson Fate. That's an easy mission to remember. I'll see where we are chapter-wise when we head back. I think we might be at the end of chapter 3. Crimson Fate, it's called. I love the Hibijo school music, by the way. It's so chill. I find it better than the Hanzo one, that's for sure. Crimson Fate. Oh, okay. We're roughly at the end of can't talk. We're roughly at the end of chapter 3, roughly. Backstreet Girls. I think Backstreet Girls has a very tragic story to it, actually, if I recall. Do you want to pick me up, son? Might take a while to get them here from Airwood or Mail, and you'd be paying a bunch. If we were living locally, I'd be down for that. So yeah, we've done Crimson Fate. We'll be doing the other ones in the next stream. We're about like near enough towards the end of chapter 3, so Bloods and Blue Tackies. Wait a minute, have I not done that mission on in normal? Yeah, some of these I've not done on normal, which is interesting. Like the rank has not shown up for any of them. Kinda crazy. So yeah, Summer Memories will be the next mission that we end up doing, which is fine. I think that's where they all go to the beach, isn't it? And we're gonna have a little cross section again with the Hanzo girls, like we did with the Springs, which was pretty alright. You're coming to UK, so that'd be amazing. I'll talk to you on Discord with that, to be fair. I've had a couple of wobbly moments, but nothing too bad. Nothing too awful. It hasn't gotten as bad as last year when it was the day before my birthday. that that's never gonna go away, I don't think, to be honest. In a sense, I'm kind of glad it happened though, because like if it hadn't, then it probably would have manifested into something else, possibly. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. It's a bit too dark to talk about on the stream. Alright, we're going to be heading off for now anyway. Yeah, I'll Discord you all that stuff. Because, like, you know, it's private conversation. On stream, and I don't mind talking about it, but, like, you have to remember that this is going on VOD later. I don't want to make people depressed just by talking about that, you know. No, I'm good, honestly, now, so... You too, man. It's always good to see you, Asako, always. And Wildy as well. But yeah, I'll pick this up again tomorrow, and we'll probably finish the Hibijo campaign by then, which I'm happy with. Oh, I've got to stretch. Well, yeah, because I've not stood up for a while. Yeah. Wildy burning through those coins like no tomorrow. I should really think of something else to do with those coins. I should think of extra stuff. It's just annoying. There's not a lot you can do on PS4 with them, really. On PC, it's a different ballgame because OBS lets you do so much, you know. Right. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be catching you in the next one. Until then, ciao for now.